Are you a deviant? You know, like those of us who binge watch serial killer programmes, laugh at the stupid shit people do, and revel in anything adult? Well, you found your people. Join us as we crack open the door to the padded cell and release the insanely stupid, the weirdly wonderful, and those who choose to live outside societal norms. We'll delve into the strange, the macabre, the sexy, and the outrageous. So if you're a deviant, then you have your place with us in the padded cell. Hello, it's episode 33, and we've got an extra addition to the team today. Say hello, Dylan.
Hi, everyone. I'm on the action side of the camera today.
Oh my God.
Hi. Does this feel weird?
It feels weird for me. You're not Ryan.
Well, as soon as you sat down next to you, you were like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Thanks.
In a good way.
In a good way. It's fine.
One day somebody's going to sit next to me and I'm like, no, get
No,
away
this
from
isn't
me.
mine.
Your place is over there.
They're just out of frame, just like over here. Like.
I'm not too sure how I'd feel about somebody sitting next to me now, actually. I quite like the room.
Yeah.
Because I need it. I've got jazz
To all your
hands.
expressions.
Somebody will just get knocked out if they sat next to me.
Does
That's why
that
if they
mean
sit
that
over there.
Jim is just miles away in the bed at any period?
Yeah, Jim does the, I was going to say does the beating up. That sounds really bad, doesn't it?
Well, it's not wrong.
He's quite handy with a baton, shall we say, but it's purely in BDSM terms, not in any other terms, Jesus. Sorry, Jim.
He's a lovely guy.
So just before we started rolling, we were just talking about a game, and I really want to talk about it on here.
Jizz in my face.
Yeah. So what's it called again?
I think it's called Jizz Face.
Jizz Face.
I might be making that up though.
So I bought this game for a Christmas party a few years ago, and basically it's two cocks on like a little stand.
Yeah.
And you have an opponent, and you each take a cock each, don't you? And you fill it with something, not jizz, but, you know, something that looks like jizz.
Yeah. Milk.
Standard Thursday.
No, not milk. I'd be like, no, sorry. And basically you wank your cocks with that face as
Thumbnail.
fast as you can. And then the first person to get cum in the face is the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it called? Cum face.
It could be cum face, actually.
I don't know why I just assumed it would be the loser, but no, makes sense.
So you wouldn't be the winner if you got a face full of cum?
Yeah. That'd just be,
Yeah, I'd be well a
No, I
winner.
think the loser does get it, doesn't it?
Well, surely you win if you get a face full of jizz. It's not
I
the
don't know.
aim.
Don't know.
If you've got a wanking game, surely the
I
winner
think we just
is the
got
one that
carried
actually
away
makes
with
them...
wanking the dick.
Okay, in my version of the game, you win if you actually make them come, because surely that's the idea. Do that again.
Nancy using the pro moves to win this game every time.
Yeah, definitely. I'd just so be losing.
This is off the rails already.
So, okay, I just, I kind of hoped that you'd do me like a little face.
That was like me cake pick last night.
I haven't seen your cake pic. Oh, I have
You
seen
did,
your
and
cake
then-
pic.
Sid just threw me under the bus.
Put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
What's the cake
Okay,
pick?
so the cake pick is I took a load of cakes into work yesterday, and I sound dead generous, but I actually got them for free. I just couldn't eat them all.
You didn't bring them here for us.
But
No,
you often
there was
do
a bit
bring
off.
cakes into
Okay,
work
cool,
anyway.
cool.
Yeah, we do, yeah. But I didn't buy
These were just
ones.
freebies.
And
were
there was a
posh
big,
ones.
massive, honest to God, eclair, like that thick and about that long.
It was coffee as well.
Yeah.
Dead nice.
Coffee eclair. And you made a beeline, didn't you? And got your gob right round it. I
did.
swear to God, Dylan, it was like that. Her mouth was round it. She must have dislocated a jaw.
She's a
Very
trained
well
professional
practiced.
then.
Yes, absolutely very well
Professional hoe.
practiced. Yeah. So today, because we've got Dylan on the desk with us,
Hi.
we've got Jacob in the background
Hi.
producing. It's been a
Looking
little
nervous.
while since he's produced, and are you nervous?
Surprisingly not, actually, because I trust Dylan so much.
You trust Dylan?
Yeah.
Doesn't trust us.
Not as much as, no.
I'm fine. It's my boss that's giving me the stare, so I have to be a little bit more behaved.
Yeah.
You don't.
You
it's-
don't. You're with us. What's he going to do?
You hear that, Jacob?
There's a
Doesn't
lot I
need to be
can do.
behaved at all. Take no notice.
My boss actively encourages it.
Exactly. This is my podcast.
We're in
you can
different
say
industries.
and do what you want. And never mind what Jacob says. Okay, so if he says fuck, shit, cunt, twat and everything, it's absolutely fine, all right? Don't tell him what.
Noted.
Right, and the other thing is, Jacob, what you need to practice. We have the fart buzzer 10 minutes before we finish, but we also have a goat when it's like, Vicky, shut the fuck up, we're about to run out of time.
Right.
But unfortunately, the goat's gone missing.
Goat's gone.
The goat's gone. Yeah, you haven't got it, I don't think.
Shall I be the goat then?
So you need to be the goat.
Right.
Your best goat
It's
impression.
got to be your best screaming goat. So would you like to have a go now, just so, you know, you've got it in the bag?
What does a screaming goat sound like?
He hasn't
Yours
listened
was
to our
quite good,
previous.
wasn't
No, mine sounded more like an eagle. I went more
Was it Ryan?
bird-like.
Did
No, it
Ryan
was me.
do one?
It was me. You didn't listen to our previous podcast, obviously. I'm very disappointed.
I can't listen to them all, Big.
But you should be, prioritising us.
I mean,
Favourites.
you are printed out due to go on my office door.
I bet you listen to Paddy's.
I do not.
You fucking liar.
I do not. It was about football. I don't give a fuck about football.
Who's your mate?
Oh.
Oh, no. I'm not
Goss.
going to repeat what he's just done in the background.
It was
He's
a
a
fingers
fighter,
crossed, like I
Fucking
wish.
hell. So, yeah, you need to do your ghost. Is this a screaming ghost? Would you like to a demonstration first?
Can I get an example?
I just said you want a demonstration.
Nancy, I don't think you've done one yet.
You do a screaming ghost. No, come on.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Do as you're told. I'm your boss. Now.
All right, I'm going to
It's
Google it.
pathetic. You need to put more effort like you're doing to your blowjobs.
Listen, we all have our different skill sets, okay?
You can give a good blowjob and I can do a screaming ghost. Oh my God, I need to crash in my life right now. So, Jacob, would you like a demonstration?
Hey, I would like that.
That's even better than the last time you
It's
did it.
actually better than the actual ghost,
That's
to be honest.
pitch perfect.
Oh, that'll do.
That was quite good.
What? Maybe that'll do.
I'll give it a B-.
I put my all into that.
How brave are you sitting on this desk now?
Practice for the
I
end.
feel ready.
Ready and
for
rearing
grief.
to go.
Yeah.
So, are you excited?
I'm super excited.
Have you had a little nervous poo?
No, I was going to say I'm backed up right now, but that's not what I meant to say. But no, this is my first rodeo, Vicky.
Yes.
I have my own podcast.
Yes.
I obviously work in the studio.
Yes.
So yeah, no, I'm ready.
We've actually mentioned your podcast before. Would you like to mention it again?
So I'd run the Low Poly podcast. It's a comedy video game podcast. So if you like my vibe, it's me and my friend Josh. We actually do it on this table, and I'm usually sat where you're sat, so I'm a bit freaked out.
Discombobulated.
Yeah. Like, what happened if you two swapped one day?
Oh no, it
No.
wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I sleep on this side of the bed, and I can't go over there.
No.
No way.
This
So-
is like when someone said, do you want to do your segment first? No.
No.
Absolutely not. One day you might have a little
I
go
won't.
doing it. Okay then. So just in case you feel a little bit nervous or you're just like getting a little bit, I brought you something.
Oh, thank you.
It was sent by a listener,
Yeah.
and I was going to use it myself, but I think you might have more use for it today.
I'm ready.
It's a stress poo.
So you've got the positive poo.
And you get the stress poo.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I can lend you the positive poo if it'll help.
I've been feeling
You can
stressful.
have both.
Okay, I see the stress poo.
I'm actually sitting here playing with it now. It's so good to actually squeeze. It was sent in by a watcher, listener. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's Mr.
Hanky.
Googly Eyes.
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas
Hang
poo.
on.
He looks.
Oh, it's lumpy.
But you can do all sorts of things with it. So, yeah, there you go. You can share it if you want.
There you go.
But you can actually mould it into like a
Wanna-
proper shape of a poo.
Play with your poo.
Yeah, thanks. It's pretty good.
Doesn't it feel weird though? I like it.
Oh,
Anyway.
no. I'm uncomfortable but satisfied at the same time.
Yeah.
I think Calvin needs that, to be honest.
Calvin's got plenty of poo.
Yeah, he doesn't need any more shit in his life. So, this is going out on the 2nd of May. And the 2nd of May will be International Harry Potter Day.
I'm on my way to London.
Are you going down
I
there for
am,
that?
on the 2nd of May.
Are we not going down for Harry Potter then?
No.
Do you like Harry Potter? You do, don't
Yeah.
you? Do you like Harry
I
Potter?
love Harry Potter. Well, it's growing up that I was always made a point of I have to go see Harry Potter first day in the cinema. So it was one of the first films I remember seeing in the cinema. If that doesn't age me,
Wow.
yeah,
I think it was the
Ages me.
last film was 2011, wasn't it?
I think so.
So the first
Was
one,
it that long ago?
Yeah. Yeah, 2011
I
was
was
the last one.
buying the book on the first day, girl.
So I was like, who the hell makes an International Harry Potter Day? Have a guess who created this thing. Just have a wild guess.
Wasn't JK herself, was it?
No. Tumbleweed, completely tumbleweed. You're not going to guess it. David Cameron.
What?
Yeah, he was
What
the
a
Prime
cunt.
Minister at the time in 2012, the year after
Typical Slytherin.
the release of the final film. David Cameron. He just disappeared,
Fuck the
didn't he? He
Tories.
fucked up the country and then disappeared off the face of the earth. Never to be seen. Actually, popped up recently, hasn't he, David Cameron? He's got some new job somewhere. Anyway, so he chose this day for International Harry Potter Day Because it was actually the day of the Great Battle of Hogwarts that took place and when Lord Voldemort was finally defeated. And he wanted to create a day for adults and children to inspire people of the strength and courage that it took the young wizards to defeat Lord Voldemort. So, you know, when he should have been running the country, he was just making up fucking international days.
Writing Harry Potter fan fiction in the spare
and thinking
time.
up a good reason to make a day, mate, run the country and stop destroying it. So, what's your favourite Harry Potter film?
I like The Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Unusual choice.
It's a rogue take.
It is.
Yeah.
Unusual choice. I know exactly which one mine is.
I like Goblet of Fire.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
So an early
Or
one.
Cedric.
Yeah. Oh, my boy.
I loved Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Loved it.
Yeah.
It's my number
When
two.
the like the houses like pass and the like the magic of the house. Loved it. Who's the guy that plays the Prisoner of Azkaban as well? Dead famous actor.
Gary
isn't he?
Oldman.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say he's one of my favourite actors, but couldn't even remember his name. But there you go. He's such a good character actor. He just plays loads of different parts, doesn't he? Love Prisoner of Azkaban. Who's your favourite character?
Rogue choice again. I really like Luna.
I've got Luna Lovegood down. She's mine.
Just because she's
Well, my
so
dog's called
quirky
Luna.
and
Oh, it's
Dog
amazing.
Luna.
Ron has a special place in my heart.
Is that 'cause he's like a bit of a nerd?
Yeah, and it just reminds me of a younger Dylan falling around. Yeah,
do feel a little
awkward.
bit sorry for Ron at times. Don't you?
Yeah,
Thank God he shagged the other one. What's her name? Hermione.
Hermione
Yeah.
So no.
gets there in the end.
Yeah,
No, but when he
exactly.
goes off and he like thinks he has to go off on his own and leave them to it. It's sad.
Oh, it's not real.
Don't lie to me. You're a wizard, Harry.
Dear me. So, yes, International Harry Potter Day. There you go. Didn't think there was such a thing. If you watched one of our previous episodes, you'll know that we had a little Patreon offer special, if you like. And we said that the first 100 Patreons would be promoted to the top tier at no additional cost. And so far, we've got 78 paying Patreons. And I think after the other episode that went out, at this time when it goes out, I think we'll be well over the 100. And for part of the deal, if you like, the 100 got a number to a WhatsApp group. And they got it a couple of days ago. And it's gone fucking rogue, hasn't it, mate? They're all mad. And I love them. They're all mad. There's lots of different types of people in there, all creatures great and small, coming up with all sorts of stuff. They're all being very well behaved at the moment.
They
as well,
are quite
aren't they?
reserved, aren't they, so far?
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for me to throw in some bombs. I've
Yeah.
just been sort of letting them settle in before I
Yeah.
throw in some dirt.
That's
I
just,
put in something yesterday and Ryan responded to me privately, like, I was going to say this. And I was like, we'll say it. And he was like, no, I was too scared.
that's going to turn into Sodom and Gomorrah
It
very,
totally
very
is.
soon.
I mean, there's only about 20 of us in there at the moment. Not everybody wants to obviously join in, but the more people that come over onto Patreon, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. So at the moment, they're being quite well behaved
Yeah.
with a sprinkling of filth.
Yeah.
It's just going to descend, isn't it? But it's been brilliant. So, you know, if you're looking for any incentive whatsoever, that's one of them. I mean, apart from the fact that you get to see our episodes early, you get extra Patreon episodes, some interviews, and you get to be in our WhatsApp group and loads of other things as well. So head over to Patreon and support us, and I'll love you forever because we're a bit poor and I want to carry on doing this.
And I'll give you a kiss.
Oh, I got you off with them a fucking kiss.
That was cute, wasn't it?
Yeah, see,
I said I'd
can be
marry
nice.
you, you bastard.
You say you'd kill Jacob.
Wasn't very happy about that.
It was a process of
We watched that
elimination,
one,
mate.
didn't he?
He made sure he watched that one.
Fair enough.
So let's say hello to some of our new Patreons since we're talking about Patreon. We've got Danielle, Courtney with a K.
Ooh.
Courtney.
Kardashian.
Hi Hughes, Sarah Vincent, Iron Eddie. That's Iron Maiden, innit?
Yeah,
Eddie is
Eddie.
the big, yeah. So there you go. Welcome to all of our new Patreons, and hopefully we'll get some new ones joining us as well, joining our chaos. It's worth it, honest, even just from the interviews.
Even just for me and Ryan being knobheads in that chat.
I mean, you are like the kids again.
I know.
You're on there.
They're
It's
my
good fun.
They're my favorite episodes to record, the Patreons, where
Yeah.
because they don't tell me what they're going to do. They just arrive with an assortment of goods, and then I go, "Cool."
It's not
let's
we
go.
arrive. She arrives and says, right,
don't
sit
tell
down, pretend you're having
anybody.
a poo. It always comes back to shit.
And I wonder why people keep sending me poo. Honestly, I've got something else in my bag. I'm not going to get out this time, but it's another poo-related thing that somebody sent me.
Always next time.
I mean, I haven't got a shit problem. I really haven't. So the way we're going to do this today, since Dylan's with us, I'm going to do the first segment.
Wonderful.
And then our Nancy's going to do a middle bit, which I'm very intrigued about. She's been in the kitchen mixing something like Hubble Bubble Toil and Trouble out there with the door locked. I couldn't even go in.
I know.
So I'm very intrigued. And then we're going to hear from you.
Yes,
And
I have my own segment.
idea. No idea.
It's a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, before I carry on, see my mug? Got a different mug. It's like a little cute Grim Reaper, isn't it? This was given to me by Andy and Sarah, who went to Vienna recently. They are listeners of the podcast and friends as well. And they went to the funeral museum. I mean, I've got to go to the funeral museum. And they had all sorts of like stuff. And she just saw this mug and she said, well, seeing you like mugs, I've brought you a new mug. So thank you so much. I told you I'd drink out of it. I absolutely love it. I think it actually says funeral museum on the back in German. I'm not going to try and say
I feel like you should get some branded mugs as merch.
Well,
I feel like that has to be.
It's on the to-do list.
We are. Obviously, we've got our own how to sell mugs there. But I've actually found some really bright lime green ones. And I'm just getting the printing tested at the moment for quality. Because I don't want to put shit stuff out. No. People keep saying to me, when are your T-shirts and everything coming out? I'm like, when I find a really good supplier that supplies, good quality stuff. Because I mean, I'm not going to send you shit. It's going to be dead good quality. So just be patient, all right? Thank you. Right, I'm going to go on to my segment.
Woo!
So my segment, it came like proper left field. I was looking at something else, as I always do, and then I found this, and I was like, I'm going to do this because it sort of relates to me a little bit. Have either of you ever had the feeling where you're like high up somewhere, or you're like standing over something dangerous and you have the overwhelming urge to jump in?
Every single time.
Yeah. Like intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. Do you get that, Jacob?
Sometimes.
Do you? I can't see you being
It looks
sort
too
of person.
sensible for that.
Yeah, far too sensible.
It's not so much the
There's
feeling like
logic in there.
it's like it's not like I need to jump off, but it's like, but what if I did though?
Yeah.
Wow, what
I
are
never
the
feel tempted.
consequences?
Do you get any physical sensations with that? Or is it just your mind going, go on, jump? You want to.
It's almost like your nervous system kicks in.
Yes.
You're
Yeah. Like a tingle.
Just do it.
Okay. So I thought I was the only freaky person that did this. And I mean, for me, it's been a bit extreme over the years. And for me, it happens mainly over water. So if I'm on a bridge over water, I have got the overwhelming urge to jump in. Really bad. And my legs go all funny on me, which probably happens to you. But it gets so bad. It hasn't happened for a little while. There was a bridge over the Albert Dock. There's a little wide bridge and there's a narrow, long bridge.
I got engaged there.
Did you? I did. Oh, God, I'd be like, no, get me off.
Throw me off. The answer's no.
If you want to marry me, catch me. So anyway, my ex, because he was a knobhead, I bring him up quite a lot, and you were. He made me walk over the bridge because he didn't want to walk in the rain the long way to go on the other one. I'm like, no, I can't.
I would do the same.
Don't be
It's a long
stupid.
way round.
Come on. Anyway, about a third of the way, I had to sit down because the urge to jump in was so overwhelming. I didn't trust myself, and I had to just sit for a minute. And he was like, get up. And I'm like, but you're making me walk over the bridge and I want to jump in. So there's people waiting to get past.
Should have gave you a piggyback.
Oh, no. I was a bit of a big girl. I couldn't have done that at the time. I would have been too conscious. No. Anyway, but I was sitting there. It's only a little narrow bridge and there's people waiting. And he's like, get up, there's people waiting. And I'm like, just give me a minute. I don't know whether people thought that I was wanting to jump.
Ooh.
So in that split second, I thought, okay, I need to get up because they think I'm suicidal.
Get off
I'm
the
not.
bridge.
I'm just a little freak with this thing that I need to jump in. So I sort of like bummed my way off the bridge. Anyway. So it's happened quite a lot, and I thought it was just me being a little freak. And I haven't got suicidal thoughts or anything. It's just this thing over heights, especially, that I just want to go. Phew. And I've done wing walking. I want to do it again.
What's wing walking?
It's when you stand on a biplane, the planes with the two wings either side,
Yeah.
the old wartime planes, and you stand on the plane and you go up and you do loop-the-loops and all that.
Wasn't it like an Utterly Butterly advert or something years ago?
Showing your age there, love.
It really was.
Did they even do Utterly Butterly anymore?
I don't know.
think so.
It might not have even been that
It was
bad.
proper synthetic shit, that's all. Don't sue me. It wasn't very
You've
nice.
just lost a sponsor, Vicky.
Sponsored by Utterly
No good
Butterly.
as lube anyway.
Yeah. So,
You should try base jumping.
Base jumping, no. No.
It's when you get to do it, but you don't die.
No? Would you do base jumping?
Yeah.
So the intrusive thoughts are going, don't open it. What do we do? Yes, no, yes, no.
So I've done this wing walking and it was just not a problem because I was up in the air and I'm like, well, because it goes down. And so that feeling of like wanting to go, you're going because the plane does a 1,500 foot nosedive. Anyway, so I've done that. And I've always said I wouldn't have a problem parachuting either. I'd be like, just tell me when.
Yeah.
I would
Like,
do that.
off. No problem at all. Anyway, it's a thing. It's a phenomena. And it affects about 60% of the population. So obviously there's 3 of us here. Did you say that you'd experienced it occasionally, Jacob? I can't remember what you said.
Yeah, I feel like, oh my God, I could. And I get scared by the fact that I could, but my it's like Dylan said, the nervous system will not let me.
Yeah. So why do you think, I'm not asking you, because these are like the most important people here. I just like to get you involved. Well, he's not your boss now, is he?
It's a little bit of lady saying there somewhere, isn't it?
She just creeps out. So it's a phenomena. So phenomena. Da, 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 phenomena. Da, da, da. See my t-shirt?
Hey.
Phenomena. Da, 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 da. Anyway, why do you think this happens?
So now?
Fucking hell, Nance, give it a minute, like. I just don't know. Give it
really
like
don't
30
know.
seconds thought.
It's dead interesting, like, because it's surely your body would have the opposite response. So is there something neurological happening in your
It's
brain?
like 2 parts, because it's different parts of your brain do different things, and they're all firing at the same time, like having a little fight with each
Conflicting.
other.
Yeah. So I looked into this. There's no like definitive answer, but there's theories. So we're going to go through the theories. So there's a study in 2012 in Florida. 431 students were studied. And they were asked, have you ever had this feeling? And then they were also asked about like if they were ever like depressed, mood swings, suicidal, that kind of thing. Just to get a good sort of broad range of, have you had the feelings broadly associated with something else, to get an idea of why it happens. Anyway, they found that around a third of the 431, only a third had had these experiences. And 50% of those had never had suicidal thoughts. So I did the maths on that. So 72 out of 431 people had had these this phenomena and had never had suicidal thoughts. But they couldn't actually come up with any reason. They just like said it's this overwhelming urge. But they would always like jump back. They never actually did it, obviously, because they were still there to tell the story. And what the person did the research said that the big thing that came out of it was that a lot of people experience this also have quite high levels of anxiety, or they have bouts of anxiety, but also people who are quite creative. So you're talking about different sides of the brain. So is it your right side of the brain's creative and your left side of the brain? I've just done right side.
I think
I pointed to the wrong side. So the right side of the brain, I think, is the creative,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
the
left
right
side
side.
is the logical thinking
Yeah.
side, I think. So I thought that was quite interesting, actually, that you've got like creative types who are more likely maybe to have these things. So I don't know, maybe it's like some sort of a confliction going on. This thing they call is the call of the void. There's actually got like a bit of a French phrase as well. I'm gonna give it a go.
sounds like a heavy metal band.
Call of the void.
Yeah.
Hey, what are the
that
patent? What is that the word? Copyrighter, whatever. Call of the void. You're all musicians. You can form a little band.
I'll make Call of the
I'll
Void,
be
no
your groupie.
problem.
Yeah. So in French, I'm going to give it a go. L'appel du vide. That's quite good, that, wasn't it? It might have been wrong, but it sounded fucking good, that.
all
L'appel
that
du
matters.
vide, the call of the void. That's what they're calling it. And it's because it literally is like a pull, a draw, a calling to this void. And it's a void of what happens next, because you could die. Yeah. Excuse me. But she's saying this, the person that did this study, her name's Jennifer Haynes, she's saying that she thinks that it's like this built-in survival instinct. And people who are like maybe overthinkers or a bit more anxious, when they come to a point of danger like that, it's almost like I'm getting too close, and your body sort of kicks in and gives you this feeling of like, step back. So you've got the urge almost, because like the anxiety and things that kick in. but your body is like making you jump back. It's making your legs go funny. Do you get that funny feel in your legs? It's like this sort of, like a tingle in your legs.
Yeah.
Like your legs are doing it for you. It's like your brain's going, no, your legs are going, whoa, we're going. That's how I feel. That's why I had to sit down on the bridge that day, because my legs were like, they were off. My legs were over the sides, you know what I mean? So she thinks that it's a survival instinct and your body's way of reminding you how fragile life actually is and how easy it is to end it. So it's your brain.
Like your brain
kicking
being
in.
like a parent, being like, you're going to smoke all of these cigarettes to feel like.
Yeah, totally. I can sort of relate to this a little bit as well. And I'm wondering actually if sort of where this comes from. Because I've worked in like care homes, I've been a midwife, and I've seen, life beginning and life ending quite a lot. And, when I've been sitting in front of somebody talking, next minute, gone. And literally that quick. And it just makes you remember actually, that we are only here for a short time and life is quite fragile. And so I wonder if maybe my brain, having had these experiences, is protecting my own mortality because I've seen people die. But actually, this thing on the bridge was before I was a care assistant and a midwife, so it's been in me somewhere, hasn't it? Yeah. So it's interesting. So there's this other dude, Adam Anderson. I don't really go along with this theory. It's a bit shit. Soz Adam.
She's not biased.
I just, you read it and you're like, no, you're just pulling fucking ideas out the hat here without really thinking about it. However, he's a cognitive neuroscientist.
What was he know?
But I think this is shit. Soz Ad. He reckons that the people who experience this are more likely to have like a tendency to gamble. They like the thrill of the gamble, like a live or die type thing. Impulsive. So if I gambled all that money on something, I'm either going to like win a load of money or I'm going to be fucking skinned. And actually, it's the thrill of that. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say who, but I remember my family's a really, really bad gambler. And I think this is where he got his thrills from, that the thrill of the win or lose. And this guy is saying that people who like to gamble are possibly more likely to have this phenomena occur because it's like the whole like taking risks thing. They live life on the edge pretty much, with money and possibly their life and relationship as well. Because if they're gambling, it's probably not going to go down very well. So they like to live life on the edge. And so when they feel this, it's that thing coming forth, this like gamble thing. And I was reading it, I'm like, I think you just like... try to pull something out the bag. Yeah.
I've never placed a bet in my life.
No.
I'm
not a gambler at all. So I disagree.
I buy an occasional scratch card.
I'm not a gambler because of this person who basically gambled 2 houses away. So no, I've been to the Grand National and I put a little bet on. £1.50
each way.
I worked too fucking hard for my money. I'm not going to just like throw it away. On a dead cert. I heard that an awful lot in my life. It's a dead cert. And you're like, yeah, no such thing as a dead cert. So Adam with the gambling theory, sorry, mate, I'm not really going along with that. And then somebody else just said they think very simply that humans have got this inbuilt urge to sabotage ourselves.
I'll be more inclined to agree with that.
Well, yeah. Actually, and I think with the lifestyle that we're in, we see quite a lot of self-sabotage. I don't even mean just in a kinky way, but some people just make bad decisions and sometimes I don't know whether it's on purpose. Yeah. You've come across people like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it's all very Freudian, isn't it? There's a lot of psychology going on there, and that's all related to what we're talking about. There's something in people's brains, and we can do it ourselves too. It's like things are going too well.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
But
I do that all the time.
Yeah. Well, a good friend of ours is waiting for something bad to happen because it's just going too good right now.
Yeah.
Do you like that, are you?
My life's always fucking, well, you know what my life's like. Yeah. It's always something. So if I go like a little while where there's nothing, I'm like, come on.
My partner will say, well, like if anything ever happens in my life, my partner will be like, well, you're on a good run. And I go, yeah, that's fair enough.
And now you've just fucked it up.
I think I used to be like that, but I think there's also something around a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you're expecting something to go wrong or bad, it's probably going to. Yeah. So I try not to think like that nowadays, but bad shit still seems to happen occasionally. Talk about our roof before. Yeah. Got a big roof job in work, £1,000. Anyway, so with this, I go along with the idea, I think, of the First Lady from the university. I can't remember her name. How bad's that? Jennifer. And I think it's this survival instinct. It's a weird way that our brain is saying, no, step away, don't jump. Yeah. It's a survival thing.
That's what I would say. It's a different part of your brain talking all at the same time. Like,
interesting.
What would happen if, or no, don't do that because that's silly.
Like your left and right brain are like an arguing couple.
Conflicting.
Yeah. Whereas the right is like the drunk fella that you're like, stop.
Absolutely. So, the rational side of your brain is like, why the hell would you jump off there? You're going to die. And then your other wild side is like, go on. Do you know what it reminds me of? Right. What it reminds me of, have you seen the film Animal House?
Yes.
No.
Have you seen it? Oh, Nancy, you've got to watch Animal House.
Classic.
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Really?
John Belushi.
Yeah. Okay, so it's all these kids. Would you say 1980?
Yeah.
Something like that. Your frat house type thing, and all like the bad kids that aren't doing very well all go to Delta House, and they just have parties every night, toga parties, sex fueled, drug fueled, alcohol fueled. It spoke to me when it came out.
I don't know why I've not seen it.
It's a brilliant film. Anyway, there's this one bit, and it's a little bit nowadays, but it was acceptable at the time. So one of the lads in the frat house was very drunk, and this girl that he'd been trying to bag off with all night was also very drunk. Anyway, so they're having a bit of a snog, and she just like passes out and falls on the floor. As she falls, he had hills of her tits. So as she falls, he's left with a big load of toilet roll because her bra was stuffed. And she's obviously younger than she said, because it's obviously everybody there's 18 and over, but she wasn't. So him and his drunken stupor all of a sudden has this devil pop up with his face on his shoulder, and the voice goes, fuck her brains out. And then this angel pops up with his face, and he says, don't you dare, she's young. And then the devil's going, shut up, fuck her brains out. So you've got to watch it just for that. Do you remember that bit?
I do remember.
With the devil. So Jim has actually got a devil and an angel conflicting on his shoulders.
God.
Sex Flicks and Chill is coming up, so stick her on the list.
Oh, you've got to do it. You've got to watch it. So going back to this, this reminds me of fuck her brains out. No, don't jump off the edge. That's what it reminds me of.
But do you just have two devils on your shoulders?
Mine, No, I am the devil. So go on,
one's got a whip and one's got a gag. Enough now,
the devil
ladies.
in high heels, like the devil in Doc Martens, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that it's all about our survival instincts, and it's the two sides of the brain conflicting, basically. But they call the void. So next time it happens, I'll be like that. Nance, I'm getting the call of the void. Talk me down, love.
And I'd be like, do it. Fuck her brains out.
I'm like, you'll have to go first. You're first on the podcast.
You jump, I jump.
There's just Dan and Dylan to carry it on then.
I'm the angel
Just
going,
Dylan and
that's my
Ryan.
boss, don't, that's my boss.
So, Call of the Void. There you go. Nice little short one for me today, rather than going on and on and on and on and on.
I really like that.
It was really interesting to read about, and I just think it's fascinating that you've got all these neuroscientists out there. We've got MRIs. We've got so much technology, and what is it? 2% of the brain that we use and we know about. There's all this massive part of the brain we know nothing about, and the Call of the Void is in there, waiting to be discovered.
Ooh, like the trenches of the ocean.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
I don't know about the
ocean's
trenches of
scary,
the
isn't
ocean
it?
in my brain. Like it's just sludge and filth.
The trenches of the pond.
Old condoms tossed to the side. I'd use dildo in there. Tumbleweed. Okay. So that is the end of my segment. And Nance, I think
ready?
you're going to do our dangly bit.
Oh.
Now, apparently, Nance needs to go off and
miss me.
get a prop. My skirt's very short today, can I just say? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I nearly saw your arse, but I just did. So Nance is just going off into the kitchen to pick up whatever this thing is that she's...
I'm quite concerned, to be honest.
Oh.
Thanks.
Don't sniff it yet.
She's pissed in a glass.
It looks like urine. Oh, God, I'm a bit
Looks
nervous.
chemical.
Oh, hey, Nance.
Oh, what?
Hang on, why have we got these and you haven't?
because there was only two, sorry.
Oh, no. What?
Okay. What the fuck
What
this?
is this?
So, if
Oh,
you've
it
watched
stinks.
TikTok, do you watch TikTok?
Not really, no.
Tilt it up to the camera.
It looks like a wrapped
Can you see
penis.
It does. Oh.
Tomato ketchup on the side.
It's got
It is definitely not
What's the
tomato
tube
ketchup.
stuff on the inside?
So this
I'm just going to
is
show the camera. Okay, right. So you know what? For the people who are not watching, would you like to describe this thing?
so what we've got.
Is the Incredible Hulk's cock in a bowl?
One of you, and I don't know which, one of you has an incredibly sour pickle, and one has a hot mama spicy pickle.
Oh God!
Are these the pickles that are in like shops that are in like?
This is a pickle challenge. So,
Actually still got me emotional support
you're
pickle,
gonna
which
need
I
to-
feel like I need right now.
so
Can I just eat me off me?
Just squeeze my stress poo.
inside your pickle, you've got some hot tackies,
Oh, fuck off!
and then you've got
It feels weird.
a fruit roll up,
What?
Yeah, like a fruit
like
winder.
a fruit winder.
It's heavy.
It started melting in the pickle juice, and then your sauce is like a chamoy sauce, I think.
Okay, so I'm going to
I can't
need
even
a
pick it up.
serviette.
Oh,
Okay, so what have I got to do?
Basically, dip it and eat it. But in your glasses, you've also got the pickle juice.
oh.
Nance.
So when people do this
Why
challenge,
did I have to do this one?
because you're here, pal. Sorry. So when people do this pickle challenge, they always have a taste of the juice first.
Why?
And I don't know if your juice matches your pickle, so you might have spicy or you might have
Thank
sour.
you.
I was just thinking
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
I've actually got an empty mug, so if I need to throw up, I can just throw up in me
So-
mug. Okay.
Dig in and enjoy.
Do you want to go simultaneously or do you want to go one at a time?
Why
do
are you
you
looking at
think?
me?
Do you want to just go for this juice straight
No,
away?
I'm not going to go for the juice.
You're not going to do the juice?
What? Oh, I've got my lemonade.
Go on.
Have you got? Have
A
you
little
I've
sip.
got this, yeah.
Did you just
Go on.
wink at me
Do
then?
a little,
She
do a
gave
little
me
cheers.
light. Go on.
It could be delicious.
Do a little cheers.
This is what you get for agreeing to this.
Yeah, this is my own fault. Oh, you can't smell it. It's an exotic drink
Have you smelled it?
from the beaches of Mexico.
Okay. Just a little sip.
Oh,
God, salty.
Do we need a bin?
oh God.
Is it spicy or sour?
Mine's salty. And a bit sour, I think.
Mine's spicy. Oh, why is it spicy?
Why
Liquid
is it
shouldn't be
spicy?
spicy.
I'll just burn.
Spicy.
Oh God.
Man. Okay.
Oh.
So what's the red stuff?
It's like a
Blood of my enemies.
chamoy sauce, I think.
Just gonna put a bin here.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Just because we've got other people in there.
You've obviously seen me gagging.
So you just have to dip and get your chops around it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Should we do
Enjoy.
it? Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, it's falling apart already. Oh, it's
So
slimy.
What end am I doing?
The end with the
Why is
The
it so
tackies.
slimy?
just because it's been sitting while you've been chatting. No, the other end. Not the head. Not just the tip.
Oh God. So I don't know why that you thought that would be a good idea. So,
Oh, hey.
so dip
Dip.
and off we go.
Hang on. I've got to do it
Yeah.
at the same time.
All right, dip.
Are you doing the bottom end?
I'm gonna do the tacky end.
Yeah, you have to get your tackies.
Oh God. You ready?
Fuck my life.
This is gonna be great for the audio listeners, but yeah, here we are.
Oh.
Oh my God.
People actually enjoy this, you know. They just eat them as snacks.
The tackies aren't bad. And the fruit winder.
Look at that face. That's an ungrateful face. Show how much this cost me.
You know what? Oh God, no. I was gonna say it was better than expected.
Oh, it's got an aftertaste.
Exactly.
Is it spicy or sour?
I can't even tell. I'm just upset.
Me? Why are people doing this on
Oh.
TikTok?
This is why I don't go on TikTok now and say,
Oh, it's got a kick.
Have you got the spicy one?
spicy one.
Oh, that was delayed.
You want to try a bit?
No.
No.
Not you.
I can't say it's appealing to me.
Why'd you do that twice? No. Okay, sorry. So
I don't like pickles.
Oh, I'm lightheaded.
I'm so sorry.
There's too many things involved
To the
here.
listeners out there that's just heard me burp up pickle juice.
God.
That was like a proper burp.
So it's a pickle. With what again?
Spicy
what have we just eaten
takis.
again, Nance?
Hot takis, pickle, and fruit roll up.
Thank you for the fart, Jacob.
Okay. I never want to do that again.
No.
No. Never.
It does stink a bit, doesn't it?
It stinks and it's just not nice. And it's got a little afterkick, which is not pleasant, man. It's made me little eye water, look.
What do you think?
5 out of 10.
Do you know
Thanks,
what,
but no.
the that was worse.
Yeah, no, the juice was horrible.
This is just my brain
Sure,
can't
spicy.
quite work out
I have
what
spicy
to think.
juice, but a sour pickle.
Oh, look at him. Look, he's stressing out. He's squeezing his poo.
You'll
So
be
for
pooing
those
later.
who are not watching, the listening, Dylan is now squeezing on his stress poo.
Yeah, so here's some ASMR.
Actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
You see, we haven't really got much of many comments from Jacob today, but he's more impressed with the sound effect you're making with the shit
That
than
makes
anything
sense.
else that we've done so far today.
Satisfying.
The pickle bite was also great.
Ooh.
Proper
Was it?
slip.
Great that.
Do it again. Just
you get my
for the ASMR.
burp?
No, I'm good. I'll put it in post. Fine.
Okay. That
Can we
needs
remove
to-
this immediately? Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a.
I'll do it.
Oh, I'm getting what you call it? It's repeating. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. So, for those that were watching, I am so sorry for our faces and the gagging and the burping. For those that are listening rather than watching, you made the right choice.
My tit just hit the microphone.
Did it go boing?
It flopped on top of it.
I was going to say,
ASMR.
did your tit engulf the microphone? Your little tit jump. Right then.
Full.
So swiftly moving on, I'm just gonna stroke my emotional support pickle, and I'm just gonna hug my positive poo, and I want to hand it over to you, Dylan.
And it's my time. Well,
What have you got for us, kid?
The fart has gone off, so it's not going to be too long.
It's okay. So what time is it? It's past. No, we're all right. Go on.
All right.
Go on.
So, as you can all tell, as you know, and as the audience probably knows already, is I'm not from Liverpool.
No shit.
No, I've been living here about 8 years now, but my voice still does sound like a fiddle.
Yeah.
So I am from Ireland.
Can you do a river dance?
I would do it, but I would injure myself pretty quickly.
But you can do it.
Once in my youth.
Okay, so when we eventually go out this lot on a very drunken night out, mate, you're river dancing.
I become.
You can river dance at our pub quiz next
Oh
week.
yeah. If I have more than 5 pints, I become the best dancer in any room.
Do you? Me too.
Dance off in the very.
I think I'm wonderful when I'm pissed.
Oh yeah, it's always the. I assume I'm wonderful.
Well, I'll reserve judgment for when we get you pissed.
Yes.
Can I just say, actually, Calvin has had the door shut the whole time.
Doesn't
but
wanna know.
now that you've started, he's opened the door.
Oh, he's curious.
And he's giving me a little smile. You cheeky bastard, so I'm not that interested. You'd open the door for Dylan, but not for me. Right,
I think
so
you could smell
next
the
time you
pickles.
want to fuck me, it's a no, all right? Next time when I get asked, it's murder.
Hear that, Jacob? You've leveled up.
Yeah, so Jacob's getting fucked next time.
I mean, it's better than being killed.
You might get killed in the process. My vagina's got teeth. Anyway, go on.
So I wanted to talk about something Irish. So I know you have a lot of international listeners.
We do.
I know that people all over the world have this fascination with the Irish people,
Yeah.
which I still don't understand. Liverpool, no one really cares because half the people here are
They're
Irish.
Irish, yeah.
I thought I was getting away from Ireland and they all followed me here. So no one cares. If I go to America, everyone's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
are you from Ireland? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Whereas no one cares here at all.
No.
So I wanted to talk about something a little bit on brand, a little bit spooky, I want to talk about some Irish mythology and folklore.
Right, this is really weird
Yeah?
because I was going to do this very thing. And I'm going to write down the two things I was going to talk about.
Okay.
And let's see if they actually match what you were going to do.
I'm excited. So I'm going to talk
Go
about,
on.
because if I'm back again, I could have Dylan's mythology corner. But there's one specific one I wanted to talk about today,
Okay.
briefly.
So I wrote them down. Let's see if we were going to match.
Okay.
Go on.
So, well, the first thing that I did when I was kind of researching for the episode and going, yeah, this would be a good idea. I'll look up something like this. I just looked up straight up in Google, horror Irish mythology, and a Reddit post came up of someone asking the same question.
I love Reddit.
Yeah, it can be sketchy, but that's where you find the best stuff. But if someone asking that same question, it's like, "Hi everyone, I'm interested in Irish mythology, and I want to know if there's any like spooky characters because it seems like in a lot of films there's a lot of Irish folklore. So does anyone know any of scary Irish characters?" And the top and first comment was just Louis Walsh.
I agree.
Just set me off.
Yeah.
But there's so much about it, and Ireland as a country is really fascinating because everything in Ireland is so based off folklore.
It is, yeah.
So like everything about fairies and the other world is all very present, like in nature. So even up until like the 1600s, it was illegal to kill white butterflies because they thought they were the souls of dead children.
Oh God.
Yeah, but it's all to do with nature. So like certain streams are like, no, you can't build over this stream because that's another word stream. So like honestly, you go to Ireland now and there's protected sites for all this reason. There's almost heritage sites because they think it's connected
So
to
there's
the
a
real world.
heritage site because fairies live there, or
Exactly. So there's actually
Don't you
mounds.
roll your eyes about the fairies.
oh, you're on board with this?
Yes, I am.
Do you know what? You never cease to amaze me.
I do believe in
Dylan,
fairies.
yeah,
I do.
he's Irish.
I
He's
do.
been brought up with all this,
Yeah.
but you.
Surrounded. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
go on then.
So
Fairy rivers and shit.
fairy rivers and shit.
Little mushrooms.
Yeah, but what's a really interesting story, and it's around all over Europe, and Ireland specifically, is a creature called the Changeling, and it's a little bit spooky. Do you know what a changeling is? Either of you
I've heard of a changeling.
heard
yes.
of a changeling?
Yeah.
There's a couple of really good films about changelings,
Yes.
and a lot of stories. There's actually a really interesting website that you can go on called Duchas.ie, Duchas.ie, where in Ireland, I think it was about maybe 30, 40 years ago, the Irish government set out a project for all of the primary schools in the Republic of Ireland, where they all had to go out and talk to the elderly people of their community
Oh, I love that.
and write down their stories of folklore. So if you
I
go, if you
fucking
go,
love that.
That's
so if
cute.
you go on Duchas.ie, even Jacob, bring up Duchas.ie, and if you search anything in here, it'll pop up of all these stories that
Wow.
are there from old people and stuff. And if you write in Changeling, there's like 40 pages
Yeah.
of stuff. So a Changeling,
How'd you spell it?
it's Duchas.ie.
Duchas.
So that's if you want to have a fun time and see what the old Irish people who are losing their minds want to talk about, it's like, look at that fella.
Oh, look at him.
Look at Jimmy here.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Got
if,
some stories to tell you. As
so if you search up anything in this website, it'll pop. So write in anything at all, Jacob. Anything at all, Jacob. True story.
No way.
But it's these written things that all the primary school children went out to find. And Dr. Jacob, there he is.
Wow.
That handwriting.
Yeah, but it's even so I've done this to kind of find these like folklore stories. So there's like the Headless Horseman, the Doulahan, where they have their stories about that, but changelings are everywhere.
Yeah.
So a changeling.
State of that poo that you're
Sorry, I'm
squeezing now.
it's-
No, you feel free to squeeze the
fine.
poo, but the shape of it now.
Yeah, so I just crushed it. Yeah, oh no.
It has got veins.
shock.
That's that
Throws
pickle.
that one out. Changelings.
But a changeling is what happened when they believed that the fairies would come from the other world and take children
Yeah.
and replace it with something else. So it's actually quite sad when you look at the history, because it's what we would deem mental health now. If someone's a bit they might have a condition or whatever it might
Bit of
be.
postnatal.
Yeah, and we're back then they were like, it's a changeling.
yeah.
They're away with the fairies. That's what it's
Is
called.
that where it comes
That's
from?
exactly where it
I'm
comes
always saying
from.
about with the fairies.
Yeah, so it literally means like, old Jim, he's not right. He's away with the fairies. That's not actually him. It's a
Okay.
changeling. So that was the belief for
So
a
it
long
comes
time.
from changelings. Well, I've
does
learned
indeed.
something there.
Well, you are, see, not just a face, Vicky. But there's obviously a lot of sinister things that come from that and that belief where it kind of originated from a really nice belief of like if you had a child die in the family, well that child that's dead, that's just a changeling, and the real child's off in the other world having a great time with the fairies and all this. But there's a really famous story about a lady called Bridget Cleary from Tipperary that I found on Dukas.
I love the name Tipperary, you know.
Yeah, tip. The
Yeah.
tip.
Just
it.
the tip.
Just the tip. But this is in the 1800s, so not that far away. And this lady, Bridget, who was a dressmaker, so she got bronchitis, which back in the day, pretty serious
Yeah.
stuff. But her whole family and the priests around the town were convinced that no, she just changed into a changeling. And instead of, treating her right and doing her health, the belief was to get rid of a changeling, you either had to make them laugh or torture them.
Oh, torture them.
Yeah.
No problem.
But then, but obviously when someone's not a changeling and they're getting tortured. So this lady, Bridget, she got thrown in a fire by her own husband, thinking that she was a changeling.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and it was that moment that changed everything and went, maybe the fairies.
Maybe we were wrong.
Yeah.
But so it's super interesting. Like Ireland is full of these types of stories, and there's a really great film that came out quite recently called "You Are Not My Mother." It was on Netflix when I watched. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes, I have.
It's I don't want to give too much away, but if that topic interests you at all, go watch "You Are Not My Mother." It's a modern Irish horror film.
Irish
Beautiful.
horror film, though.
Yeah.
You see, if you hadn't have told me about it and somebody said there's this great Irish horror film you got to go and watch on Netflix, I'd be like,
What? The
Irish?
Leprechaun 3? What?
The Leprechaun's Revenge.
Leprechaun
Killer
Harder.
Fairies. Fucking serial killer fairy.
Yeah.
Tinkerbell.
But yeah, so look up Changeling and Dukas, look up loads of things, and if I'm back in next time, I might give you a different folklore creature to talk about
Okay.
next time.
I
Right.
love that.
So the changeling wasn't
Okay.
one of the things that I was going to talk about, but it was in there in the research.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about the banshee.
I was very close to talking about the Queen of the Banshees today.
Okay.
So we have this. Another episode in the bank.
I decided, because I said to you before, I was doing some research. I was going to do this thing, but then I saw the Call of the Void.
you
So I
got
thought I'd
called
do that
into the void.
instead. And I just had a little feeling, I thought, you're going to do something to do with Ireland.
This Irish man that I've invited onto the podcast
He's got to do
might
something
do
Irish.
something about Ireland.
So I decided to shelve the banshee, but I might do it another day. I love the whole banshee thing. That was really interesting. I love the changeling
you.
stories.
Yeah.
But Irish horror movie, mate.
Yeah, it's generally very good. It's very good. We're not intimidating people, but it's in certain lighting. I could be scary.
What do you think?
No.
Okay, no.
You're sitting with a dominatrix here, mate.
Yeah, no.
Take the
I'm
hotline.
definitely the meekest here.
Wait till you're in Argath.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Brilliant. So, thank you very much for that.
Yes, thank you for having me, Vicky. This was lovely.
Before we finish, I'm just going to do a little fetish factoid. So, Nance will probably know, Nance will know this. You might know, but I'm going to ask Jacob. Put your phone down, Jacob.
I was just looking at the time.
Where you? Well, it's okay, because I can see the time. It's fine.
When am I meant to scream?
After my bit here, you can do it. All right.
When she's done, Jacob. That's what she means.
So when I go,
Fix the object.
no! Do you scream? I'll throw the pickle at you. I'll be poo. Anyway, I've got to carry on.
Yeah.
So, Jacob, do
Okay.
you know what figging is?
Figging.
Faking. Oh.
Figging. No.
Give it a guess.
Figging.
It's a fetish factoid, so what do you think figging could be?
I'm assuming it's got nothing to do with figs.
Didn't we mention figging before on an episode?
He obviously wasn't listening.
No.
I didn't do it as a fetish factoid.
No, but we've mentioned
Yeah, what's figging?
I have heard you talk about it, but it makes me think of a fig roll.
That's what I thought.
Oh, they're so innocent, aren't they?
I mean, I do love fig rolls. So
Maybe you could be a figging
maybe I
fan.
like figging then.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? Maybe we should experience this and give them a little figging with a fig roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So, any idea apart from it being
I can't
a fig
remember,
roll?
no.
So, figging is the act of peeling a ginger root
Right.
into and shaping it into like a butt plug shape and inserting it into the anus.
Don't know why mine's so large, but
I was going to say, mate, what have you been shoving up there, your monster drink?
He was there last night.
So, basically, it says here, the ginger juices cause pain and extreme horniness. Can't see that personally.
so it's like an aphrodisiac.
Do you know what it'll do? It'll basically bring blood to that area, won't it, and make it more sensitive. That's what it's doing, really. The effect lasts for around 20 minutes and the person can become twitchy, jumpy and very lively. I don't know who the fuck wrote this, man. It wasn't me. I've literally cut and paste this. And the root can also be inserted into the urethra or rubbed against the clit. But just be sure, it says, that the sliver can be retrieved. And also, after peeling the ginger, wash your hands afterwards because the ginger juice in the eye just going to hurt, really. It's not going to be very pleasurable at all.
But your arsehole's okay.
So this actually comes from the 18th century. Unscrupulous horse dealers would insert a peeled ginger root into the anus of a slow or half-dead horse, basically to make it become lively and hold its tail in the air better. Don't know why that makes any difference. And the spelling was feague, F-E-A-G-U-E, but over time it's become figging. And us crazy fetish people have taken it on for ourselves and stopped inserting ginger up horses' bums.
Yeah.
So there you go,
other
figging.
people's.
Thanks, Jacob.
Do you still want
Weekend
to do
sorted?
some figging?
Brilliant.
Fancy it?
Sounds good, actually.
You fancy the fig
I like
rolls?
ginger. I like ginger.
Do you?
Yeah. When
In
I
your bum hole?
when I go to get sushi, I always eat the raw ginger.
Oh, I like the pickled ginger.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know about in my bumhole though.
Not in the
I was
bum
going
hole.
to say, so when you eat it, just like rim your bum hole
Yeah.
afterwards. A little bit of joy. Little
Dessert.
joy rub. Right, so there you go. Figging. What was it called? The Void. Fucking stupid bloody pickles. And changelings.
Changelings.
Only on the Pat to Sell
Exactly.
podcast.
What a roller coaster.
What a roller coaster.
What a day.
So guys, girls and everybody in between, if you binge watching, put the kettle on. We'll see you in 5. If not, we'll see you next week. See ya.
Bye.
And there we have it. Another day made better by listening to the curators of chaos. Thanks for dropping by. And if you enjoyed the show, we'd really appreciate you sharing your love for the Pad to Sell podcast with your friends. Don't forget, give us a follow on our socials, maybe leave us some 5-star reviews, and feel free to send us an email to medic@the Podcast, or even interact with us on Facebook, Insta, and our other socials, because we love chatting to you. Be sure to stop by next week because, as Bowie says, I don't know where I'm going next, but I promise it won't be boring. Catch you soon.